Welcome, everyone. It's Cris Duncan with Texas School, and I'm here with one of our fabulous instructors, Jessica Vallia.
Yeah, you said it right.
Oh,
With an
so
accent, but as right as can be with an
as
accent.
right
Yeah.
as can be.
Yeah.
Yes, Jessica Vallia. Her name gets mispronounced all the time. So I was excited that we got that right. In her class, Heart, Art, and Profit, a Family Blueprint. She'll be teaching at Texas School April 26th through May 1. And we're just calling these Texas School Off the Record, a nice conversation with Jessica about her class and what you can learn from her. So I know you, Jessica. Some of our listeners may know you, but if you're new to this and you're considering Texas School and they don't know Jessica, what's a little 60 to 90-second bio that you could tell some of a student?
I shouldn't need to read my own bio, but it's being put on the spot. That's why.
Yeah.
So I'm Jessica Vallia. But you did a good job. It is kind of fun to see how many different ways it can be said in Texas. So if
Mhm.
you're there and you hear it said a certain way, just come tell me because we're collecting all of the ways. I am a Colorado Springs portrait photographer. I primarily photograph families, seniors, children, and then off the wall, but musicians as well. So that's my passion project. It's what keeps me going all the time. I'm a master photographer. I just got my master artist. I just walked for that.
Yay.
Yay. Master craftsman, certified professional photographer, all those things that,
Uh-huh.
the alphabet at the end of the name. But one of my most cherished things is being able to run around the country to cool places and teach. So that's the biggest part of my bio that I love is that I get to go all these places and teach people something I'm super passionate about, which is family photography.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to be back at Texas School this year. I keep checking the calendar. I'm like, I've seen the countdowns Kenny's been posting, and I'm like,
Yeah,
hey, we're almost
we're
there.
under 100 days.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yes. Seemed like it would never get here, and then here it
Yeah,
is. That's how it
yeah.
happens. That's
I
how it
can't
happens.
wait.
So your class is titled Heart, Art, and Profit, a Family Blueprint.
Yeah, which
So
looked great on paper, but it's hard to say, which I now know because I've had to say it out loud.
yes. Um, so tell us a little bit about that class, what makes this class unique, and what a
Mhm.
student in your class can kind of expect. So what's a day in this
A
class?
day in our, well, that's, we do, so it's, the heart comes from, we do a lot of bonding in our class. So our class, because I think that's my main focus in family photography is building that bond. And so in our class, we build a class bond. My class has actually planned a reunion for Texas School from last year. So that was my
Ah,
very first Texas School class. And we all got together at imaging and we were finding each other all over imaging. And so part of the reason it's called Heart is because the class is full of heart. I have a lot of emotion in a lot of my portraits. So people are hugging, they're not necessarily looking at the camera.
mhm.
Sometimes there's tears. It just kind of depends on what's going on in that moment with the family story. But I like to create that bond in class as well. So there's a lot of me picking on people. I have to find a target initially, right? The easiest way to bond is to pick on somebody. And then there's tears like throughout the process of the transformation of the week. Like we had half of our class in tears thinking that it was over and that we had to leave. And so I think a lot of what my class is not just learning how to bond with your clients like that, but learning by doing it in class with the class.
Oh, that
I said
sounds fun.
class a lot of times, but
Yes. Well, it's cliche, but Texas School is a family. It's like a
it
family
is.
reunion.
Yeah.
I've said this over and over again. You may
Mhm.
come alone, but you're going to leave with best friends or a
Right.
coach or um, even decades from now, these will still be your friends. I'm testament to that. So
Mhm.
I love that you build that community in your class. So once they
Right.
bonded and they feel like this is a place they belong, um, let's get down to some of the nitty gritty or the technical.
Yeah.
Are we using our cameras, Jessica?
Yeah. We do it all. So and I've been to Texas School as a student, so I kind of was like, how can I take this and do everything that one might want to do while they're in
Mhm.
Texas and at Texas School if you're not local? So we do a good deal of shooting. So we do work with families and we work with real families. Last year we had a 3-year-old and she kept running away. And that's part of the fun though, right? Like that was such a fun shoot and it was windy outside and all of the things that could go wrong during a family session it didn't go wrong because nothing can go wrong at a family session, especially when you're creating emotional portraits.
Hmm.
You're creating a portrait of a bond that a family already has. So even if the 3-year-old wants to run away or hide behind a tree, like we had the most adorable portraits of this child. She is so sweet and so cute. And it's hard to be photographed by 22 people.
Yeah.
I mean, I would run away too, right?
Right.
So we just walked through how to deal with that at a real family session because those things happen.
Hmm.
So a lot of the shooting portion we're learning in that moment because I want people to learn in the moment of what's happening, how to then work through that scenario. So I demo a lot in the beginning and then let the students kind of be free and shoot and then answer questions throughout is kind of how the shooting style goes. I don't I'm never
Yeah.
going to leave the class. They're gonna always have me at disposal the whole time. We're going to learn indoor lighting, outdoor lighting. So we're going to shoot indoors. We're going to shoot outdoors. And then last year, which hopefully we can do again this year, we ended with a musician portrait just to create that fine art piece of just a single human and kind of
Hmm.
how the emotional story comes into a subject with their instrument, which is just something that I love to do. But it was a really great moment for the class to get in there and actually take everything they learned about emotional week and try it out on a subject that
Yeah.
was not 3 years old.
It was not
Not a
three
3-year-old,
years.
yeah.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds, and it sounds like you've created a safe place for your students to make mistakes and learn those
Yeah.
mistakes or overcome little bumps in the road, like 3-year-olds running, which definitely is,
So cute though.
yeah. If they don't run, they're just going to collapse in a pool of
Right.
crying. So,
Oh no, there were no tears. There's no tears. I mean, there's tears in my class, but the models are typically not crying. They're having the time of their lives. That's one
yeah,
of the things, like when I work with my clients, I want them to leave feeling like this was the best day ever. I want dads who typically don't want to be there. I don't know if you're that dad, Chris, but a lot of dads don't want to go
yeah,
do family portraits. They just want to get it done and over with. And I want dads to leave like they had fun. I
yeah.
want everybody to leave like this is a memory that's because like you put it on your wall, right? And if
Yes,
it was a terrible day, you will remember that. So I just want my clients leaving feeling like this was a day with one of their best friends.
yeah. That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, I know your students feel like you're one of their best friends as
Hopefully.
well, too. Yes,
Most
absolutely.
of them.
So, speaking of your students,
Yeah.
if you were going to play matchmaker and you had to pick out
Yeah.
someone that, a student for your class, what does this student look like? Do they have to
Um,
already have a portrait business? Could it, or
It could be. So the way that I teach my business portion of class, you could either be somebody who is wanting to open a business, like maybe
uh
you have portrait skills, but you're not sure where to go, or you're in the place where you're wanting to level up.
okay.
So maybe you have a business, you're working from home, and you are ready to take that leap of like, what is the next step in my career? We do a lot of individual building in class. So there's a lot of exercises where each individual person is coming up with their own goals and where they're going because I don't
Mhm.
think that there's just one way to teach business. I think that there's a million ways to teach business, but at the end of the day, I don't want people to leave being me. I want them to leave being the best version of themselves. So it's very good for somebody who's in the place where they want to take that next leap. It's like, okay, I'm ready to do it, or they're not sure if they're ready to do it because this could be the moment where they decide like, oh no, I am ready to do that. Like I
Yeah,
was scared this whole time and now I have a system that's going to get me there.
that's great. So someone that's interested in portrait, already doing it,
Yeah.
but has a little bit of skill with their camera already and stuff, that kind of,
Yeah, I would say definitely some skill with their camera already. Maybe you've dabbled in business, maybe not quite there yet,
okay.
but you're definitely ready
Do a
for that
balance
next
sheet or
big
anything.
thing. Yeah.
No balance sheets.
No. No. We're
No.
not we're not balancing any sheets. No.
Yeah. Well, I figured you had some business aspect on that name.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the heart
Mm-hmm.
and you've talked about the art a little bit, and then you talk about the profit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. So there's all three. I would say it's like 30, 30, 30, and then the laughing and the crying in between. They're good tears.
Always. Always
They're
good.
good tears unless the instructor's laptop doesn't work during the middle of class, and then
That won't
that's me
happen.
crying and I have to go talk to Brandon, but then he's going to save the day and it's fine.
That won't happen. That won't
No,
happen. It'll all
it
be good.
never happens.
Yes,
Everything always works smoothly in class.
absolutely. Yes.
Mhm.
That's how it goes. It's how we run Texas school, Jessica.
Exactly.
Yes. The only thing we're going to stumble over is pronouncing your last name,
That's it.
which is Vallia.
Vallia. Oh, look, you said it completely right.
See? Didn't, there we
Yay.
go.
It's
There
a
we
new
go. What?
year.
Yes. Well, as a family photographer, I know how difficult it can be, but how rewarding it can be. And so I'm
Mhm.
resonating a lot with like, oh yeah, you love seeing your clients grow up and
Yeah.
have them come back and like, oh, I can't believe Tommy's now a senior in high school or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be. And being able to create that consistency and that relationship with them definitely pays dividends. I know your students will get a lot out of that as well. So you've talked about your community, which I love that. The Texas school family, learning the skills, working with models, real models, not fake family. These are real families. So you can really,
Mhm.
you have an authentic connection with the family. It's not something
Right.
that's manufactured where it's just a pretend family on a sitcom.
No.
Um, so before we go, I know we have just a few minutes, but so it's after the parties, right? People have
Mhm.
gone home, they're on their flights, they've rested, they've dropped their notebook full of notes, and real life sets in, and they go, I got to make this work. What do you
Yeah.
think something that your students, how's their life different? Or what is something that they can do differently the week after Texas school that they couldn't do before stepping into your classroom?
Yeah, so this was an important one when I was creating this class for me because I've been as a student twice and you get so much information at Texas school. It's really hard on Monday when you get home and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do the thing, but you have so much to do that you don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually build essentially a packet, like a worksheet packet of where to start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the following week. Of like, this is what you need to do on Monday. So when they leave, they'll have physical worksheets from my class of like, this was the exercise that we did. And
Mm-hmm.
then this is how you're going to apply it once you're at home. Because I know that's the next step of being so confused. I have notebooks full of info from Texas school, and you can only really do so much when you get home.
Right.
And I've been to the same class 2 times, and you can still only do so many things when you go home. And then the rest of it just kind of gets lost in the wind. That's why I went back again, because then I did
Yes.
different things the next year. So I wanted something tangible that they could take home and be like, this is the thing that I'm going to do Monday through Friday when I get home.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that you're giving your students actionable steps and not like, oh,
Right.
nice to see you. Good luck.
Right. Which is not even what happens
Right.
necessarily in the classes, but it's just such a dump of
Sure.
information over a week. 1 week with that much instruction from one instructor or two
Mhm.
instructors, depending on your class. There's just so much information that you can't go home. If you were to go home and try to change everything about your business from the one class, you'd probably destroy your business, right? Because you can only do so many things before you
Correct.
you
Yeah.
alienate your clients. But it can be overwhelming. And so I wanted people to leave Texas school, especially if they've never been before, with what is the next thing that I could do.
Yeah. I think that's great. And just for a student to go home with some intentionality and some purpose
Mhm.
carries them so much farther. And that's part of what
Right.
makes Texas school unique. It's
Well, you
not,
get home and you're on such a high from the week.
yeah,
Like it's such an exhilarating week. And then if you don't do something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to crash. So I wanted them to leave and like, okay. And then by Friday, you have forgotten everything that happened. So you have to go back and look at notes. But if there were worksheets where it's like, this is the thing
mhm.
I could do when I get home,
Yep.
to me, that felt very intentional with how the information is being taught so that they had something they could do.
Yeah. And I think it's fantastic. And I
Yeah,
applaud you for doing that. And I know our students that are lucky enough to be in your class will be
I'm
excited to have
excited.
that. And they're
Yeah,
going to be blessed to have that
yeah.
with them when they go so they can be intentional. And that's why people come to Texas school. I mean, we
Mhm.
say it's 1 week, but endless possibilities. And of
It
course, we have
is.
instructors like Jessica that give you the tools, that coach you along the way, and then let you go home with the plan. So thank you so much, Jessica, for being a
Yeah,
part of
no,
Texas school.
absolutely.
Thank you for being one of our valued instructors. And once again, if you're listening to this and this sounds interesting to you, Jessica's class is The Heart, the Art, and Profit, a Family Blueprint. So check her class out. She still has a few spots left in her class. It's April 26th through May 1, and you can register and learn more about Texas School at texasschool.org. Appreciate you so much, Jessica.
Thanks, Chris.